I was just watching the teacher teach someone OCaml via they're porting their Java program basically of summing a sequence of strings, and I thought, huh, that couldn't be that hard. I could do it in BQN. Well, it turns out I don't know anything about BQN, but I'm gonna try reproducing it here. We can scroll up a little bit. You see, oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. My whole thing was way off. Okay, we're not gonna worry about it. But right now we're starting from scratch. Okay, empty program. My idea was to just loop over user input basically until we got a queue, otherwise parses input, okay? But it turns out it can be kind of tricky. So if I do, this is a function here, get line, and then we just call it, right? And then say, we'll just say what our line is. So we do BQN here, we say, hello, and now our line was a string hello. Perfect, okay, cool. Then I'll say, if the, well, let's figure out whether the string is a number or not, okay? Easy. Okay, so we say, user input, user number, user input, input. It's the input. I feels good. Okay, input is this. Okay, so we'll say basically now we want to say, yeah, let's just show what input is. Input. Okay, and we can do this, and we go join. Not Copilot's gonna screw me over here. Perfect. Okay, so this should be the exact same thing. We're just gonna show what input was. Okay, good. Excellent. Now we want to see if it has. Well, sure. We only want. I think the spec was if it's Q, it cancels and says "thank you." I don't know what it says when it cancels, but let's try this out. So say we're gonna see if Q exists in any string. So we'll see like I should clarify too. Get line is a function that just receives your input. This is a join function. So you can see here it joins W to X. X and W are left and right arguments. This is left argument. This is the right argument. So they end up being joined. So, and then it's right to left, obviously, very obviously, because you know that's how we all think. Right to left is these two things get parsed, and then this gets piped into this basically. So I can do many shows in a row. It'll just print the same thing several times. Let me do this. Okay. So let me just zoom in a little bit, and then keep going. So our idea, I'm gonna simplify this as well, just so I can get my my watch going. Can I do this? Calls. I call this perfect. Okay. Some stream. Nice. Okay, it's gonna break because I'm calling it line. Hold on. We're catching up to hello. Okay. Cancel this. All right. Now we're partying. Okay, so we can save and don't have to, you know, we're live coding here. So the idea is we have a string. We're gonna call it input. Okay. And we're gonna look for actually, well, whatever, doesn't matter. Hello. Okay, so we want to show input hello. Perfect. Okay, cool. So thanks, Copilot. Now we want to check if a Q is in any of these characters. Okay, now that's the match character, which I believe is this, right? So member of is W, is each cell in W a major cell of X. I think it duplicates it if not. So I basically a cell is like an element or something. I don't fully understand. But if I'm going to do this, we should see 0 because H isn't here. But if I change this to I, we should see 1. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, something's weird. Something's off on this because I can't remember the is it this one? The find? Yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking of. Whatever. So does I exist in this? So does Q exist in this, right? So basically this is saying, well, let's not even go there. Okay? You know what? Let's this. We're gonna go input. We're catching up. So is Q in input? No. Is Q in input? Okay, read term doesn't work with here you go. No. Q is yes. And let's say, how about I quit? It is. How about I don't abandon my quest? Quest Q, perfect. And then we'll just say Fox. Perfect, we're good. Okay, good. So we have our idea of our string. So we're gonna go back to this bad boy. Get rid of this for now. And then we're gonna say, actually, let's just still go back to this input thing. Just to get our comma back. It's good to have nice debug. So we want to see if we can now assume that since we don't have Q, it's going to be a valid number. So let's do something like trying to parse the number as a number, and let's see what happens. So we know that there's we can just say has Q in it, just for debugging purposes. So this is, I'll get rid of my mouse here. So this is the string, and then this is a list of things, a list, and this is the tuple. Okay, we're catching up. So we're gonna say, can we parse this? Can be parsed. Actually, no, we're gonna say just parsed as float. Actually, that's actually what we wanted. And it's complaining because parse float can't work on a string because the input, as you can see here, is hello. But if we do this, it should work. Actually, let's do this. Change in a string. 1, 2, 3. We're partying. That's okay. This is an interesting thing. So because the parse float is a number, and the rest of it is a string, and the string is just a list of characters, and a character and a number aren't like equal, I guess. So BQN sort of converts them over to the base type, which is a number, and I guess I don't know how to, mixed types. Okay, because numbers and a byte are all the same thing. Who knows? Point is, it makes sense. Trust me. So now we gotta just we're gonna just for fun we're gonna format this guy back into the number. Now it'll look nicer. So again, we have our parse float. We have our parse float. Then we're gonna format it. Then we're gonna join it to this guy, and that's what gives it the output. Okay. But like I said, if we don't have hello, if we don't have we gotta catch it. We got a little error handling, and that's this weird looking character. This we'll find it. It's like a weird thick one. This one. There's a triangle catch. So it basically runs something, and if it doesn't, it just does the F thing, I believe, right? No, it's the opposite. So it runs a function F, and then if it fails, it does G. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so let's try this out. So how do we get this? So if I want to say, okay, I can say you error. Okay. So if you error, see how input is hello. Well, I say how to do this. Please input an int, even though float would be fine. Okay, and then we get this. Oh, parses float. So yeah, I guess that's sort of the idea. And if I recall correctly, it's number or something. So if we do, how do I? Let's get my input in here and say, can I? The challenge was not a challenge, but the thing was this, right? So this should be fine now. No. Okay, so this is another thing too. You got to do out, I believe, because it'll at least look like a thing. And then we want to have a term out raw, because that doesn't include a new line, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. Good. So term is a CBQN only, and it's got some functions that are sort of hidden. And out raw takes the actual output. If I want to join a new line to this, I can't put like a / new line, because that's not how BQN rolls. You can't do this. It's got to be a literal new line character ASCII code. So you do +10. So you take the null character, you add 10 decimals to it. So I think I have it here, ASCII. So you'll see new line. Okay, 10. There you go. Line feed. There you go. So because it's ASCII code 10, decimal 10, you just take null, which is 0, like a /0 in C, and you add 10 to it. That gives you the new line ASCII. And that's why the thing needs to be formatted, because otherwise they'd be strings. I don't know. But anyway, so this is that, right? So we have this. We have number. I'll get rid of the new line. Thank you. New line 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Has float 1, 2, 3. Just for testing, actually, I could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, that works. Perfect. So that was, easy sort of, but we have to have the loop part now, right? We have to have the taking input and checking the validity of it, and the loop. So now that we have our number, we have to do the looping. I'm just trying to think of what's the nicest way of doing this, because this is sort of getting annoying. Because there's probably, to be clear, a shorter way of doing this, but we have to just track some state. Okay, I hate to do it. I'm a Elm program at heart, but that's all right. So we have our numbers. We have our latest input or something, right? We want to, okay, I'm really upset that, no, we're not going to track the sum. We're just going to track the latest string, okay? The latest input. And then we're going to say, while input is valid, how is valid? Okay, we're going to say is valid is true. We're going to assign it to true. So now is valid is a variable called true, as we can imagine. Show is valid. You're going to see on the left there, 1 after here, because I did the input earlier, but that's fine. So, oops, let's put these here. Okay, and then we're going to go up here, no, number 1. Oh, because I had the show before the input. I see. We're cool. Okay, 1. Number is 1 to 3. Perfect. So the other problem. The problem here is that parse float. I have to catch the exception and behave differently if I do. And as the docs describe here, this can't be a function for some reason. I'm sure evolution or not evolution, evaluation matters, but it talks about the function not working because you have to evaluate it every time or something. Well, I'm almost positive. Almost positive. Let me try. Let me try something. We're gonna say show in the catch handler. Okay, handler. Perfect. We're gonna ignore the bad code here. Let's see if this right. Oh, I see. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Sometimes it gets long. Okay, handler. Let's get this handler. Find S exit. There you go. Handler. Please. Oh, I see the problem. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Is please, it'll autocomplete. Thank you. This was our problem. So I'm gonna zoom back in. Okay, so handler is F. This is complaining because it's not taking any input. We're just gonna put X and star here because we don't care. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this runs. Number 1 to 3. Oh, okay. It doesn't. I think I said okay. I misunderstood how. Oh, that's right. That's the assertion handler. Sorry, I got confused between this guy and this guy. This is the assertion. We're partying. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. My problem was that this guy doesn't let you. The message has to be a string or only. Like it can't be defined on the fly, whereas the catch can. So that was my confusion. Ignore that. We're sitting in good space. So, we want to say in the handler here, set the is valid to 0 basically, and then we'll check that in the loop. So, if I do this, I delete find new line, delete find new line. There we go. Because we want this to be a thing. Well, we don't want it to be just spitting out. Please put a valid number. We want it to spit out. Try again or something. Well, it's only okay. How about instead of in? Well, there's actually 3 states, right? It's either invalid, you quit. Here should quit equals 0. Is valid equals 1 by default. And then so this thing, if it's not valid, so Because okay, what I'm thinking is we have the 3 things to manage. We got to loop over it over and over and over again. And each check of the condition has to do this. But the handler, okay, I'm getting mixed up again. So this this catch handler, where is it? There you go. This catch handler only deals with the failure of the parse handler, and is valid is all it cares about. So is handler should absolutely set is valid to false. Okay, and then hold on, reset. We're gonna say is valid we're going to reset this to 1 again, because we're resetting default. And we're just going to say this here. Actually, that's another way of doing it, for sure. Is to define a function that doesn't take any arguments. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. And we got it. So this is the trick, right? So is valid here because it's in its own scope. It's going to be redefined, but we want to actually export it, or not export it, but redefine the existing. Where is it? We'll find it. There it is. We want to redefine it so that way it doesn't get mixed up and define a new variable that it just happens to be shadowing another one silently. So let's just do the simplest thing, back to where we were, and we're gonna say, handler, please enter valid input. So we're gonna say, show, please show valid input, and then we're actually gonna say, is valid 0. So we're failing. This is rough, right? So this is now, and I can say, we'll say it on the way out here. We're gonna say final state or whatever. Final state is valid. Sure. I think this will work. Is that valid here? Oh, okay. Format, and then format his. Nope. Final state. What I messed up here? Oh, format. I don't want to format everything. I just want to format this guy. Perfect. Okay, so if I do this again and I say 1, 2, 3, final state is valid. Perfect. So is valid 0 because it does not have a number, and 1 because it did. That's working well. Good. We're having fun. We're at 16 lines so far. We're getting this down to like 3 when we're done, by the way. Okay, so if it's invalid, so now we can say this is kind of a neat part here where we say we do a choose thing. There's a function called choose, a modifier called choose. Where is it? It's like 3 or something. No, it's 4. So this thing is choose. So based on the arguments, we choose which function to use. So here, this is an example where it chooses between plus and minus, divides, multiply. It's monadic, so it's not worried about the details there. But basically, it does one of the 4 different things here. The reason it looks weird here is because it's monadic, so it's like it's saying plus 0 and minus 1 and divide by 2, like the reciprocal of 2, and then I don't know the sign of 3, but it's not worried about that. So we want to say parse this float. Sorry, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this here, like the docs. But this is the TAC identity function. It just returns the same thing. So we're just gonna show the error based on is valid, but we'll get there in a second. So we'll say invalid. Let's do this in opposite order for now. We'll see how this is confusing. Okay, we're just gonna keep it simple. Is this gonna get us something? No. This has got to be how we're doing there. We're flying the seat of our pants. Okay. We're gonna say is valid. Press is valid to this thing. So let's see what happens. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's a valid number. So parsed as float. Yeah, good. Parsed as float. Okay, and we're gonna say whatever. I'm gonna say we got our error handlers happening. So let's not show this. Yes, we do. We want to show this. We don't want to show this either. We want to actually do nothing with this. Here we go. So 1 to 3 is a valid number. So we don't care about Q right now, but parses float. The reason we have our exclamation mark is because we're pretty bad about things, but we're not gonna worry about that for now. And then number 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of this. Also, this out. This one here, just for confusion's sake. 1 to 3. Perfect. Parses float is valid. Should quit. False. Then we do this. Here is valid. Perfect. And then we're gonna say Q, and that'll be has Q in it 1 still. We're all set. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna put this in a loop. We're just gonna loop loop the hell and back, basically. So our condition is, our condition is pretty simple, okay? Condition is actually just return is valid, should quit. Should quit. That's it, okay? And then our body is going to be, everything up top, right? Where we iterate over is valid or should quit. So has Q in it. So we're gonna assign. Whoops. We're gonna assign. We're gonna reassign. Sorry. Should quit. Should quit. Can you imagine? That's fine. Then we're gonna go show body. Let's see if this works. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. It'll just loop. It'll loop never actually, or loop once maybe. We'll see. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Final state. Okay, and then this is this. Good. Good. It'll never loop. That's because we're never reevaluating our handler thing. So where are we using handler? So this is gonna be here. Let's see how this goes. Number 1, 2, 3. Parses float. And we don't want to actually call handler at all. Yeah. And because the condition is should quit is only ever this. Okay. Sorry. Equals 1 or something. How do I do this? Equals 1? Oops. So, okay, this is maybe the problem here. So because the reason this looks weird, has Q in it looks weird, okay, is because it's going for every element in Q. Like, so if I do 2 Qs here, if I change this to a list, instead of being a unit of 1, it'll be like a 2-element list, I think. What are you doing? Am I caps locked? Yeah. Man, getting Vim caps locked is maybe awful. All right, so here, yeah, see now it's no longer a unit, it's actually a 2-element list now. So I have to actually just unget that or something. I have to actually just get the first element, which should work. There you go. Now we're down to the default, and that'll give us what we need, hopefully. So when we say has Q, we want to do our over here. Okay, so we're checking the condition. We're gonna do the debugging. This is rough. So the condition is never checked. Oh, goodness gracious. Because the friggin' it's a function, so it never gets called. That's the problem I have with BQN, to be honest. Is when there's a big function and you don't call it, like nothing just happens. So like when I do, you'll see sometimes it works, like show plus something. Yeah, see how there's no plus in the output, even though I printed it. It's because it's not the fault of anyone, but it's just a statement at this point. There's no function. It's just a verb being defined for free. So the reason all my stuff was all weird is because I was never actually calling my function, so I never actually did anything. So actually, so we're doing okay. So the condition is should quit. Well, so we don't want to quit. We want to loop while we're true or while we're false. Okay, 1, 2, 3 is a float. Yeah, we're still going basically. Yeah, okay, we're doing good. Show all done. We're gonna just make this even easier. Show. This is what my programming is like, by the way. It's just a mess. I don't know why I'm new lining that, but that's fine. So number, we're looping forever because we're not waiting for input anywhere. So we're just gonna wait for input. We're just gonna reassign input in here in the body. So here we're gonna reassign body or is valid. And actually, we can get rid of all this, actually. We can just put this all in here. And we do want to have input be outside, I guess. Because it's got to be like state that iterates per loop, I think. 1, 2, 3. Q has Q in at 1. So what is should quit here at this point? Should quit. Oh, I did the same thing. See, I messed up. Okay. Okay, there we go. We're partying. We're partying. Okay, we're almost. we're at 27 lines. We're doing well. This is really easy. Really easy, and I'm not even. We're gonna tidy up a little bit. Let's get our printer out at the bottom here. Get rid of our show. Let's see where we're at. Has Q in it. Number 1, 2, 3. What's going on? So the reason we're not seeing anything as we're iterating over is that we have a like we're not doing anything if it's a success. We're only complaining if it's not a number, right? Yeah, please input a valid number. Otherwise, if we do this, we just silently go silent. And we want to. I don't want to do too much in the air handler, but let's just assume. Let's just make a new function. We're going to assume handle valid or something. Okay, and this is a well, no, ignore rest. Just say woohoo. Okay. So this is only gonna print if the parse float doesn't get like crashed out. Woohoo! See. And I get rid of this. A couple of debug prints here to clean this up. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's can I actually I gotta do this here. 10. Get a little extra new line so we have a little more new line. Okay, good. Input. What is it? Why is input being printed out? Oh, because our input. Our first loop doesn't have an input set. Okay, here we go. Number parses float. How are you parsing this as float? Parsed as float. Because you're here. Okay, good. Look at this. We're cutting things down. Number. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo. Okay, good. Then, of course, this should be starting first. Okay, number. Why is... What's going on? Number should be... Number is put here. Oh, I flipping forgot what this one up here. Look at this. You're trying to be nice and you're just messing up. Body. But now we have no input. So now we have our number output that we got rid of. We gotta put that back in. Number. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo. Where do we have 2 numbers? Because it's here. Look at that. We're being thorough. 1, 2, 3. Has Q in it. Woohoo. This has number. Perfect. We're going to say false. Foo, I guess. Please input a valid number. Good. Okay. All right. This is gonna be messier, but ready for this? We gotta check. I forgot our total numbers or our nums or something so far. This is I'm really unhappy that we're doing this, but this is gonna be our global num. This is an array of numbers, okay? And in our handle valid, there's got to be a better way of doing this, everyone. Handle valid. We got our number coming in here, okay? The valid number. I call it num because we're being short for array programming sake. And this guy is just getting amended. We're just gonna assign nums to valid. That's actually like. This is like J or something here. We're doing this, okay? Nums. And we're just gonna assume that this is actually how it's done. I'll go over it in a second. I just want to make sure I'm working correctly here. Sure, that seems fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, Q. Yeah, so we have our final list of 33 numbers. Excellent. Okay, this is we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm gonna get rid of the show input thing. I'm gonna get rid of this guy. This is our state. I'll get rid of this. This is still way longer than it needs to be. Let's get rid of the condition. Let's make our condition here a little easier because we don't need to have that body there. And then we're gonna just change this. Look at this. We're partying here. is that any better? Let's see if it works. 1, 2, 3, 33. Q. Please input a valid number. Q. Okay, so this is interesting. See, so the reason this is looping forever now is because should quit. Like this was evaluated once, it's not being reevaluated per loop. I'm pretty sure. So I changed this to a curly brace function, and it has to read it every time as it goes through. I think this will work. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 33. Q. There you go. Yeah. So I don't know how else to explain that, but because this is like a it becomes like a constant basically with the subject immediately. We want to do it like on demand instead. And I'm really embarrassed. This is way more. Okay. Anyway, so all of our nums are we can get rid of our debugging things. So this is the easiest part we should get, but let's just look at it. So our nums is this, right? So we're gonna do this 100, well 100,000 and whatever number that is. Perfect. We're done with 2 numbers. So we have our nums, and it's the easiest thing in the world basically. Where we just say we want to say sum it. We want to get like plus, and we want to fold it. So this is the sum of our numbers. Actually, let's just do this. Nums is this. Sum is this. You just actually do the plus scan. All right. Let's do 100 plus 50 plus 50. And that'll be 200 total. Yeah. So, okay. Is there a way I can make this better? Well, let's get rid of the woohoo then. We don't care about woohoo. And this has to be, I have to do this in a function, this part in a function, because I update the global state here. And to be clear, this is saying define a function that takes one argument and reassign nums to nums joined with the valid number. Yeah, it's got to be a function because it's got to be called like dynamically or whatever. I don't see a way to offhand anyway. I don't see a way to change how that works. For handler, yeah. And I guess I could to make this a little nicer. 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Please input a valid number. Yeah. Or Q. Quite perfect. Change this to out as well. I'm still thinking. Can you? No, because it is a function. I was wondering if there's a way to like to shove this off. I mean, I can I can replace it with the inline thing. Like it's a little less nums. I can do this. I think. Not X. Sorry, X is left argument. Right? Like that does shave off some things. Let me just make sure. 25 and 25 is 50. Yeah, that works. What is there another way? Is there another savings here? Input doesn't doesn't come out, right? So whether input is here or not, it doesn't matter. So we can at least localize this scope, right? 33 and 99, 88, 66, 99. So we're getting better. I don't use reset actually. I'm looking at it. Yeah, we don't use reset. We use should quit. And is valid is set in the handler. Where else? Oh, so it doesn't matter? Uh 37 equals 10. Okay. We're getting there. Look at this. We're showing it down. We're getting there. Okay, so I was silent for a second because I was thinking if we just return, if I what's the output of this? Okay, hold on. Show out join to this. I think this will be the same thing. So if I do this, do 1, 2, 5, quit out. Please input a valid number or Q to quit. And that's because nums wasn't returned. Let me try this. I'm just thinking, okay, 1, 2, fucking Q, okay. Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, that's a number. Out is not, okay, shoot. If I just, oops, man, caps lock is awful. I know I can rebind it, but it's just, I'm on Windows, so it's I don't want to have AutoHotkey running, even though it is currently running, but all right. I'm just thinking. Is there what is the input here? Okay, hold on. I'm this is args x. Okay, let's just see what x is every time. What, nothing, right? That makes sense. Yeah, that is nums, right? That is the result of nums. Oh, but it's not actually. Shoot. Yeah, okay. I need a state. I can't. Because I was thinking I could just like a scan sort of thing, like accumulate over it. But is there no actual way? Is there no actual way to do this? There must be. Here, hold on. If I go to the bacon crate, I go while. What do you got here for me? No. No, okay. Um well, let's just read it. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, so I might call this here. And yeah, like okay, I was gonna say like I could just here well on error or something. So I could just move this into the like the into this. Like I could just change this to this almost, right? And that wouldn't be like great. That would work, right? I'm pretty sure. It's like more text though, but let me see. RX23, 3, 3, quit. 129, yeah, that works. I don't know. This is much cleaner. I could at least say, I can, instead of a function, I can call this message. And then I could do show message. And if I'm not mistaken, I still need this, but let's try. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see, it's going to show this. So this is a little modifier to make this a function instead of a constant. Oh. Does this work? Surely not, right? Yeah, yeah. That didn't break just because I did this, right? No, okay, I did. Well, does this work? No, okay. Yeah, I don't think there's a way of hiding that up. So I can also uh no. I can just I'm trying to think of other things I can get rid of. There you go. Uh I think it goes I think the answer I think the out is sum. I think that's the spec, right? 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 3 to 3, Q. I don't remember what the error message actually is. It's probably nothing, if we're being honest. It's probably nothing. So I think I could just do this. It doesn't matter what I do here, but I'll get rid of R's. 1 to 3, 1 to 3, Q. And get rid of the. We don't need to see this, right? We're getting. I told you we're getting small. So we're doing this 1 to 3. I keep saying 1 to 3 and do nothing. I think it's us. And I'm trying to think, trying to look at the input line. I'm looking at the input line and trying to see if if input needs to. Oh yeah, okay. Input does need to go there because I was thinking, uh, input doesn't matter for the error message, but it needs to be parsed. And because should quit is two things. Oh, this is rough because I could do some sort of train thing where I could run both of these functions. Like there's two functions on the two checks I'm doing on the input, right? I'm checking the Q thing and I'm checking whether it's a valid float. Let me see this. So I don't know. I don't know if this is clean air because it doesn't seem clean air. No, it doesn't matter because we don't care. Yeah, both the inputs and the outputs here are like calling both these functions doesn't matter, right? Because I could do like a top or something where there's this function called the top, and I could apply both or something. No, I don't want the top. Look at the docs there. Okay, well, I'll call it here. I'll think about this for a second, but I'm pretty sure this is it. Because should quit messes with global state, unfortunately. Nums messes with global state. So I can also get rid of this line because I don't care about the return value. Unless, okay, hold on. I can maybe get rid of one line on this on nums because nums is the arg, right? So if I watch this, okay, hold on. This is because we're here. Nums is here, and nums is this. and then nums, or well, like result or whatever. Result. 1 to 3, and then let's say 1 to make 1.4. No, sum is q. Oh, because if it's an error, we just want to return nums, I guess. Okay, hold on. 1 and then 9 is 10. Good. Okay, should quit. Can we go to should quit now? No, but we can go to the sum line. Okay, hold on, look at this. Okay. This is why we're programming, man. This is why we array program. We don't need assignments. Look at that. 5 and 4 is 8 actually if we're doing consistent. Okay. Okay. I don't think so. I don't think should quit can come out. What args does should quit get? Let's just see. Okay. Show args. X is args. That's fine. Oh. Oh, okay. If I do again, does it gets the output of the function iterator. So okay. Okay. Here. Okay, this is silly. But should quit is now uh right? This is now nums should quit. Are we talking? Are we partying? 4, 6 is 10. Sum. Oh, right. So now the problem is because I'm summing both numbers. Watch, this is hilarious. So if I do this, we are partying, man. We are having fun. So okay, this and 45, whatever, Q. So the reason this is summing it is because this is summing. Oh, actually, I would have thought it was. Oh yeah, it is. It's 45 plus 1 and 3 plus 1. But I don't want that. I don't care about the should. Whoops, what is going on? Oh, VimWiki, whatever. I only care about the first of these arguments now. I just care about these as nums because remember how we're returning the error code. 165. Let's get 66 back. Look at that. I said like 3 or 4 lines. We're close at 6. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so watch this. Paste. Oh, and now we don't have a reason to keep. Okay, I'm not saying we should always do this, but now remember I was talking about how input is being used in both these places, and we didn't have a reason to do anything with them together. Well, we do now because we want to replace this little underscore thing with a pair or enlist or something, whatever this Z one is, whatever this guy is. Enlist. Pair and enlist. We're talking pair. Okay. So now, this is gonna be weird, but if I can I do this out of this? Hold on, exit 0, and I'm gonna do show. What is nums? Okay, nums is gesture, and then input just to give it something here. I don't want to do over and over again. It is 1 to 3. Okay, we're just going to columns or something. Why is it looking for input? Huh? Oh, because we're not doing anything. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. So what is this? I'm trying to go fast here. Yeah. Right. So this is the input I want, and I want to be able to track both these things together. So if I make this a function, hold on. I'm going to change this to a function. Whoops. This to this to a function. And I'm gonna change around this to this. Call this x. Okay, input. And this, hold on, I'm cooking here. Exact same output. Okay, good. Now we're parting. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second here. Can I zoom out a little bit more? We're just trying to quickly iterate here. Okay, so I might be able to. I can change this back to an argument and get rid of the x, and put this here to make it still look different. No, it doesn't look exactly the same. Excellent. And likewise for this, I don't care about this, right? Which means I can change this back to this. Look at this. We're so close. Okay. And I have a lot of friends here. Can I get rid of any of them? Nums. Does nums have to be oh my eyes. What is nums? Okay. Nums. This is pretty dense. This is pretty dense. But if I replace my line here and then change this to get input, does this work? 55 and 5 makes 60. Oh no, we're broken. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, it's that's why. Okay, 5 and 3 is 8 again. Nice. Okay. Okay. So okay, I should clarify too. So the reason this is working the way it is because this is forming a train. Okay, we can do f1 is this guy. F1, f3 is this guy. F2 is this guy, and then shoot 2 replaces with 3, and then F2 is actually the enlist in the middle. This guy. And the way this evaluation is happening is that it's taking this argument and calling F3 with just this guy. It's calling F1 with just this guy, and then it's passing both these function calls results to F2 on left and right. And because enlist takes 2 arguments on the left and right, as we saw. So if we go pair here, you can see pair. If you pair 2 things together, you get 1 thing back. Or like you take 1 as left argument, 2 as right argument, you get 2 things back. And that's what we're doing here. With the left argument, well, left function, this is the right function. Yeah, trains are cool. I'll have to go into that more if someone's confused. And if anyone's still watching. But yeah, let me know. I think, okay, this is getting a little tight on the screen because width we at 89. That's a little wide. But I could, I'm pretty sure, put all of this here. And I zoom out a little bit. Oops. Gotta zoom out a little bit. Come on, Zellage. Resize. Okay, and then I control minus. There you go. Okay, and then control left. Look at that. Look at that. 3 lines, baby. Now, is that readable? You know, I'm not gonna say it's super readable, but if you go right to left, you know, you wouldn't look at this and know immediately what it's doing. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. But I bet you. This is too small for my eyes here. I'm gonna go back one little layer here, and I'm gonna break. Do I have to break up a thing? What am I thinking? Oh, res. I don't think. There you go. And just to be sure, 99, 1, 100. Good. Is there? I'm really looking at should quit, and I'm thinking this should be called quit now. We got to live our truth here. Just call it quit. And then I guess, again, we want to call this N, right? Oh my god. We call this Q. Let's fact check. Let's go 3 and 2 is 5. I think this is how you'd get to the point where you're at the end. Because I'm feeling pretty good about this. And you can see how all this stuff works together. Like it doesn't even I wouldn't have thought that I could get here. To this point in the code. And I am, this is a bit of a, I'm clearly enjoying myself. This is pretty cool. I'm trying to think of other, like, the docs say when you see like a double or triple parentheses, it's a sign that you can remove them. But if I do this, is the problem with user input is you can't just rerun the code over and over again. But if I do this, does that make a thing? 3? Yeah, no, it doesn't. I could probably not. It's because the way this is binding or whatever is that it the way the parser works, I guess, is it just needs to be this way for reasons. But what I am losing with all this stuff is the error messages, the legibility, like the instant legibility. Do I need N? What is N really? I don't need to reassign N. I just need to join X. Right? 3 and 2 is 5. Oh my goodness. So I can get rid of this. Let's go 1 and 1 is 2. So yeah, no globals, no mutation, just passing stuff around. Okay, so right to left, we're saying, well, right to left, I guess you visually parse this line, and you said this is a function that goes all the way to the end here, and that means the line continues all the way here, I guess, to parse it. So it's a weird thing where your eyes have to visually parse the first line, and then parse every line visually until you get the right thing. I don't know, and you notice the line keeps going. So really, the first line of the program is this, as the initial instance of an empty list paired with a number, and then it's all this garbage here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so now I'm realizing that this could all be this is now get the first element, change around to this, and then this. Let me just fact check. 4, 2 is 5. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's anything else left to do. I think this is it. I think we're sitting good here. We don't read Q though. We don't read Q in the input. So I think underscore is a valid thing. No, it's not. Okay. I don't. Okay, so starting from scratch. I almost want to edit this video just so we show this to the end as like at start at the start as a preview to see where we end up. But anyway, we start off with the empty list and the pair of things. Then we have a function here and a function here, which are being both modified or whatever, the two modifier to this thing, okay? And this guy is taking an argument, pulling the first one up, and then looking to see if it's equal to 0. And because it returns an array of things, I guess, or something, we're fine with that. So while this is 0, so as we know the first iteration is 0, so it's true, so we do iterate again. And this takes our ends, our numbers, and our should quit signal basically, and runs the second line. And this first off prints off the number text to the screen, and this returns a null or something. And then we and get line takes a null or something. It doesn't care what it takes; it just takes a function to make it a function. It takes a value to make it a function, a subject, and that returns the input. And the user input gets passed to this function. And this is actually a train, like I said, which has the F1, 2, 3 thing. So the F3 here, the F1 here, gets evaluated on input. So does any element, any character in the string, well, is Q in any of the inputs, and then because we only have one element here, we got to find the first element. I think that's correct. And then here is this is a try catch. So from the input, we try to parse float, then we join it, the parse float to the accumulator so far. Otherwise, if it crashes, return just the list so far with no error message. And then we run that again and again and again until the quit is true. Then, since we're returning every iteration the numbers in the quit signal, we just take the first character. And I don't think I ever explained that one, but this is just the first element. Or you give it an index and you take like the nth element. So this is the second element, which is really the third element. So 0, 1, 2. That returns you a 3. Then we do the plus something. So we do our plus does, and then fold puts this character, like whatever you're folding, in between every element. So 1 plus 2, I think it's actually from the right to left, yeah. So it's actually 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So that's what I'm doing here, because we have our list of numbers. Remember our nums, as we like to say. So I'll do here, do 1, 1, 2, 2, I guess 1 again, and then we do Q. We got our 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So that's what this is. Okay, this is all one setting. I hope we're having fun. We format it because otherwise it'll look. Otherwise BQN will just like downscope it or something, downcast it to the lowest element that it can fit with, and numbers and characters can't be together. Numbers and strings can't be together because they're not the same type, so they get both downgraded to characters, basically. And then we get joined. We join the thing to the string, and then we just print it out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, well, let me know if you like this. Thanks for watching. Bye.